All right, good evening. Welcome to PreCalc. This is with trig. So today we did law of sines. So I'm going to go through a couple of problems so that we kind of get some practice doing these things. The reason why I made a big deal about sometimes law of sines gives you two answers, especially when you have the side-side angle configuration, is because in 2 years when you're in the middle of your statics class, your dynamics class, and you have to use law of sines, I want you just to keep in the back of your head, like there might be a possibility we get more than one answer with this because I never remember which one is which. So I just want you to have that in the back of your head when you do your problems to realize like there might be an issue with this one. So because it's an easy enough formula to have to memorize, so it's not that big of a deal. But I just want you to be aware that like there are times when it's not going to be quite as obvious as you think it was going to be. So here we have a triangle. It's not a right triangle. It's 97 degrees, but it's not a right triangle. Okay, and they want us to figure out well, they're going to have us figure out a couple of things. So what are we looking for here? We've got a triangle. Right. Okay, we've got our A. We've got our B at 33 degrees. Okay. And let's see, we've got our C at 97 degrees. Okay, this is little a, this is little b. Get our C, that's little c, this is 97 degrees. Okay. And let's see, that's all we really know here. No, C is 59. Okay, so C is 59. Like inches or something, or feet or centimeters or whatever unit of length they want to use for this. Okay, not drawn to scale. Okay, clearly not drawn to scale. So we'll say what's B, and we'll talk about what B is going to be. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say the sine of B is to be as, and now we need angle and another side. So we're going to say this is the sine of C is to little c. Okay, and all we're going to do is we could have also set this up as B is to sine B as to little c is to sine capital C. We have capital C, it's 97 degrees. We have the opposite length, that's 57 or 59 rather. So all we have to do is figure out, okay, well, what's B going to be? Okay, so that's all we have to do here. So we're just going to multiply both sides by B. So we're going to say, or sine B rather. So B is equal to, we have sine of B, sine of C times the side of C. Okay, that's all we're going to be doing with that. So we'll check that. I like to put the signs as a ratio with each other, just because to me that seems more aesthetically pleasing, but it really is up to you. Okay, so that's what my expression for B is going to look like. Okay, and then we'll plug it in the calculator as soon as we get done typing it into the computer here. So let's see here if we can make this work out correctly. So we're going to say B is equal to, we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, and I want sine of B. And on the bottom, we're going to say sine of C. And then times whatever C is. C was going to be 59, times 59. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and type that into the calculator and see what we've got here. Let's double check to make sure. Are we in the correct mode? Our mode is on. Okay, so we're going to go to mode. Double check to make sure we're in degree. Okay, that's a perpetual thing that you're going to have to deal with. Okay, so we'll quit out of that. So we'll say we have the sine of 33 degrees divided by, don't forget your parentheses, divided by the sine, where's my sine, come on, of 97 degrees. Okay, and this is going to be times, not plus, times 59. Okay, And how many decimal places did they want? One decimal place. Since this is 32.37, we're going to round that up to a 4, so that's going to be 32.40, whatever unit of length they happen to be here. So we're just going to go back here and say, double check me, 32.4. Okay, 32.4. And that's all there is to it. Honestly, that is really all there is to it. Oh, I don't like any of these. I don't see I have to make a degree symbol here. Maybe I have to do it this way and do like 33. Uh, since they yelled at me for that, let's say 33 degrees. And then for B, we'll say, or for C, we'll say 97 degrees. Okay, and hope that that fixes the problem. Hey, look at that. We got a green flag. Okay, so that's all they really wanted to. Okay, so part 2 of 3, we have A, B, and C. They want A is, now we don't have to go through a lot of advanced math to do this. We know that the angles are going to add up to 180, right? So we're just going to say, well, we need 30. So angle A is going to be 180 minus, what do we already know? We know we have 33 degrees and we have 97 degrees. Okay, and what's that going to be? So we'll just type that in. So we're going to say 180 minus parentheses 33 plus 87. Should have been able to do that in my head. I think it's going to be 40, 50. There you go. 50 degrees for that. Okay. Okay. Check. All right. Another green flag. Very good. And then we'll figure out what A is going to be. Can't use Pythagorean theorem. Why can't we use Pythagorean theorem? Because first off, we only know one side. But secondly, this is not a right triangle. So we still have to use, law of sines here. So we know that A is 50 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that side A, right? Side A is to the sine of A is equal to, what are we trying to find here? Okay. And then pick any other two. Pick two that you know. Okay. So we're going to say that we have side C and angle C. So we're going to say that's 59 equals C is to sine C. So A is equal to sine A over sine C times C. And this is going to be A equals sine of 50 degrees sine of 97 degrees times what length do we need? 59. 59, and then we should have it. Okay, so let's just double check and do this. A equals, and we'll put a little fraction sign in there. Okay, we have that. We have the sine of 50 degrees. You're not going to get me again on that one. We have sine of 97 degrees. Okay. And this is all times 59. Okay, let's go ahead and plug it in the calculator and see where we're going. So just as a thought, I don't do these videos like this way for you guys just to copy your homework and do that. I mean, you can if you'd like. I'm not gonna police it. But I also know that sometimes Alex is particularly difficult to navigate, and you might be trying to finish something up before a deadline gets here, and you don't have time to like kind of go through and paw through and get it. So I'm not doing this because I think that you're not capable of doing it. I'm doing this because I know that sometimes it's frustrating to have to deal with this program and not have the answer come out and have to backtrack and figure it out. So that's why I put this on here. You could also, if you need help, or if you want just motivation or something to keep you company as you're doing your problems, you could use it for that. You know, for all I know, you're using this as like some kind of ASMR thing to fall asleep to. I have no idea. But that's what they're there for, is for you to like kind of get through this and not have to struggle with Alex too much to get through your homework. Okay. So it's not because I don't think you're not capable. It's because I know that sometimes it's frustrating to deal with the program and not have any guidance with it. Okay. So take that for what it's worth, and I will see you in the next video or tomorrow. Okay. So have a good one.